We're back again, and we've got a very interesting guest next for you, Mr. Howard Hawkins of Howard K. Hawkins Photographic.
Watkins.
Hi, so glad to have you here
Nice
this morning.
being here, Carol. Thank you very much.
What I would say, the archive project sounds so interesting to me. So give me a little bit first about how you got into photographs, and then we'll move up to that.
Okay. Well, in junior high school many years ago, my namesake gave me a small, simple camera, and I started taking photos in junior high and high school and college, and moved to Fresno in '73, and it was a hobby, but it's, as my wife pointed out some time ago, it's more of an obsession, because I've taken now over 300,000 photographs, and I'm not a professional, I'm an amateur, I'm a retired attorney, and my goal is to make my photo collection available to the public online, free of charge for their personal use. My collection is so broad that both the City Council of Fresno and the Fresno County Board of Supervisors honored me, designated me by resolution as their photo laureate, with Pop Lavelle being the first, and I'm very honored by that recognition. I'm currently fundraising to do a new website, because right now you can only download one photo at a time, and I'm hoping to have one that will hold 250,000 photos.
Oh, gosh.
Allow people to download more than one photo from a given album, and more importantly, index the names. That if I went to, say, an anniversary dinner that you did, I would ask you, because you would tend to know a lot of the people in the photos, where you can tag names subject to my approval. Because I will never get to tagging 250,000 photos on the website. I'm working on indexing my first 50,000 photos covering 73 through 2002.
Good Lord.
And I'm partway there, and 72, and good Lord willing, I'll get that part done. And it's a tremendous legacy to leave and give back to the community.
It certainly is. What a fabulous idea.
And I've been very honored through the Central Valley Community Foundation. Donations that are set up for charitable donations through them to support the Howard K. Watkins Photographic Archive Project. And that has enabled me to get my first 100,000 photographs negative scanned before digital, and to do an endowment at Fresno State. My hope is the first 50,000 photos will go online at Fresno State, and then the rest will be on the website.
And is that what the archive is?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Currently I have about 20 terabytes of hard drive storage at home.
I have no idea what a terabyte is, but it sounds fantastic.
For an amateur photographer, it's a lot of photos. It's not videos.
Oh, my gosh. That's
And I've been honored as a variety of historic photos. If you look at the backdrop, that's an aerial photo of downtown Fresno. I was actually on a commercial airline connecting flight to LAX from Fresno, and went so close to downtown that I could not get Selden Arena in that photo. It goes from the new federal courthouse all the way over to the Grand and Warner's Theater. Next photo up, that's a Yosemite in winter that I took back in '93. We spent a weekend in January up there, and I went out for a walk, and it was just a beautiful photo with blue sky. And if you look closely to the right of the trees, just to the left of the center, there's a cloud in the middle of the valley.
Oh, yes. Oh,
and I didn't notice that at the time, but once I got the picture. And I've had some historic photos.
It's just beautiful.
Thank you. One of the things I try to do more and more is, when I'm at an event, if it's feasible, take a large group photo. And one of the first ones I did was the Fresno State's women's softball team. I was friends with Coach Margie Wright. They won the national softball championship in '98.
I remember that.
And here's the photo.
Oh, gosh.
They were walking off the field from the home celebration without a group photo. I said, can't we do a quick group photo? I was the only photographer there. By the time we got everybody together, there were about a dozen. And so this is the picture I took. And then I realized I can ask. You know, if they don't want one, that's fine. But if they want one, we can do one. So when the men's baseball team won the 2007 or 8 World Series championship, they celebrated back at Biden Field. Paul Loffer was the MC, and when he wasn't speaking, I walked up to him and said, when this is over, can we do group photos? It's a good idea. So he announced, one of the photographers wants to take a group photo of the team and coaches over by the pitcher's mound. And because I asked, I was able to get this picture, which Fresno State and many others got too, which was fine.
Fabulous.
And a lot of my large group photos will be on display tonight. I'm doing Art Hop at the Grand, which is the old PG&E building at 1401 Fulton Street, across from the Warner's Theater, next door to Cagel. There's a lot of Art Hops on that block. But I'm going to have probably 50, 60 photo boards. They're 30-inch by 40-inch, and they have typically 9 8x10s. They're by theme.
Oh.
Yosemite, Fresno County Bar. I'm a retired lawyer, and I take a lot of legal community photos. But of various events, group panoramic photos, and there's probably 5,000 to 10,000 people portrayed in what I'll have displayed tonight. Now, in a large group photo, that may mean you're pretty small, but if you were at the event and knew where you're standing, you can pick yourself out. And for those that come by the exhibit, I've done a bunch of 4x6 reprints of the Yosemite winter and the aerial photo, and it's in with the information about the Photo Archive Project, and those are free for those that come by.
My gosh, I mean, to think that this is, anybody could go in and find these beautiful photographs, and that you've just offered them to the people, which is so wonderful.
Thank you. One of the things I come to realize, especially going through my parents' or grandparents' photos, one, there's very few. A lot of times, fortunately, my mother and my mother-in-law wrote a lot who's on the photos on the back. A lot of photos, there's no name, so who are they? I don't know. They're family, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Is the importance of my collection is the breadth of it. I very seldom have a photo of somebody that there is not another photograph of them. But where can you go for free and potentially get access to thousands of people, especially in Fresno? Business leader, judges, elected officials, newscasters, community leaders, organizations, protests, sports.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's, again, my index of topic is 450 different topics.
Well, you've got such a wonderful thing here. You've got to take advantage of it. How do people get to...
Okay, the website for the photo archive, which I started September of 2007, is www.watkinsphotoarchive.com. That's my personal website. You click on photographs, and everything is by date and a title of the album. So you can search for a key title. So if it's somebody's wedding and you type in their last name, that's likely going to get you, but it won't tell you who's in which of the photos.
Oh, okay.
That's what the new website hopefully will accomplish over a few years. If you know the date, it was July of 2015. Well, you can click on July 2015 and see the listing of anywhere from 25 to 40 albums.
Oh my gosh.
And, there's the one. You click on it. And again, you can download the photos, but only one at a time. The new website, again, would allow all the album, all the photos.
We got that. So I'm so glad you came in, because
Thank you.
this is so interesting. I can't believe that it's just such an offering to the people, which is
Thank
wonderful.
you. And for those in the community that want to help support it, and many have, that's been the mainstay of it. I volunteer my time, but it helps cover expenses. If you go to the website and click on donations, there's a link to how to do a tax-deductible donation.
Nice, well.
So I really appreciate the community support, and I'm hoping to have the project get accomplished.
Okay, thank you. I want you to come back again. I like our artists to get to know people, so please do come back again.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the
Okay, well,
invite.
okay.
Wonderful time. Thank you.
We'll be right back.